You can't fuck with me, bitch. You can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me, bitch. You can't fuck with me. Battlefield, that's your only got company. I'm about to show you type of shit that's only come from me.
You know, I was sitting here and I was thinking about, Ultra Instinct Goku, and I was basically thinking to myself, in these videos I've said I don't like Ultra Instinct, but I never really touched on exactly why I don't like it, and it goes far deeper than what people may think about me. And this all good. I like surprising people straight up. Now, this is strictly off top, not scripted. Just gotta put that out there. I'm not scripting this, and I rarely ever do. 90% of the time, my shit's not scripted. My reviews have pretty much been off the top, and I've been more creative with them over like the past several weeks. So I haven't really had to do a lot of commentary, but I will say this. The only ones that are scripted were pretty much most of my earlier videos. That's why you heard me pausing more. So it is what it is. Now, the reason why I don't like Ultra Instinct, one of the reasons is because when it was foreshadowed since the very beginning of Dragon Ball Super, it was very much foreshadowed that something would happen to Goku or Vegeta when they learn how to pretty much fight without thinking, master like their God Ki internally. And y'all remember they stated at the very beginning, foreshadowed it, and eventually they pretty much put that into play, that they attempt to master Ki. As we see Vegeta, he destroyed the time chamber twice, if I'm not, he destroyed it twice by first training his body and then training his mind. As one time he was coming out incredibly fatigued, and the other time he was perfectly calm and breathing steadily. So like it was just really foreshadowed. Now, when we get to the tournament, first of all, I always thought, and y'all can even go back to my earlier reviews, I always thought that the way that Goku got Ultra Instinct was very, 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 very retarded, for the simple fact that pretty much whenever anybody got hit by a giant spear, the giant spear, spirit bomb spear, I'm trying to like give y'all a reference, because I'm not talking about the small one, I'm talking about the big ones. It didn't matter. And for reference, why couldn't Goku throw the spirit bomb while Vegeta was on the ground by Kid Buu? He was a good guy, right? So obviously it'll disintegrate anybody. But there's other evidences, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit here and list them off, because this is gonna be a short video, for real. But so this nigga Goku, he get hit with a spirit bomb, right? And instead of being disintegrated like pretty much how the series has shown us would happen if somebody got hit by the spirit bomb, but I mean, it is what it is. He gets a new form. He goes into Ultra Instinct. Somehow he absorbed the power, and he's done it before in the Super Android 13 movie. And I know people gonna be like, that was a movie, but I mean, it just goes back to them recycling shit from Z, whether it's canon or not canon, and basically making it new. So that's pretty much why I'm throwing that out there. You can say the whole "it doesn't exist" name, but I mean, it's what it is. I mean, it's the same, pretty much the same shit. Now, the form itself, the way it fights, the way it's animated is very superb. That's the only good thing I can really say about it. But what I don't like is when he first achieved it, he was still having trouble with Jiren, but he was able to actually go head up with Jiren back when it meant some shit. So in the middle of the fight, Whis or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Whis. He basically says that as Goku is fighting in Ultra Instinct, his attacks get faster and sharper. His attacks keep getting pretty much like when he said faster or sharper, you would automatically think stronger, right? If he's getting faster and his attacks are getting sharper, he's probably getting stronger, like more refined type shit. Stronger doesn't naturally have to mean just strength, by the way. But the way it was implied, he was probably gaining a lot of momentum and mastering that form more so. Now, past all that, man, he taps into it against Kefla. And in the middle of that fight, Whis says that his punches are weak or something like that. And like my thing is, if his punches were weak, why did you say before, the longer that he's in the form, his attacks get sharper and more stronger? Like if his punches were weak, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Jiren would have dodged, or like I'm talking about, I don't think he would have, been more into it, like they was more evenly matched type shit. You feel what I'm saying? But the way the fight was orchestrated, that's pretty much what it was. Like Jiren was fighting Goku. He didn't power up, but he was actually fighting him. You know what I'm saying? So he used it against Kefla or whatever, and I'm saying that again for the simple fact that he used Ultra Instinct against a Super Saiyan 2. You could say fusion to jazz it up even more, but the fact remains at the core it was a Super Saiyan 2. So at that moment, you have a Super Saiyan 2 that did better against Ultra Instinct than Jiren himself. Jiren didn't even graze Goku until Goku was, he was fizzling out. You know what I'm saying? That's when he hit Goku, and Goku, had to get energy from Frieza. So Kefla actually, while Goku was in the mode, grazed him. That shit was wild to me, man. I don't know how fanboys can just sit around and eat this shit up, man. That's insulting. Especially how they foreshadowed Jiren. I don't even like that nigga, but they foreshadowed him to be stronger than the God of Destruction, and he couldn't even graze Ultra Instinct, but a Super Saiyan 2 fusion game. And the reason why I'm comparing these is simply for the fact that, it became a useless transformation to me. It became just another transformation that the series introduced to me. And the only pro when it comes to the actual, character Ultra Instinct Goku is the fact that he acts more like Z Goku. He's not goofy, he's more serious, and he's not playing around. That's pretty much how Goku should have been the entirety of Super, when they weren't, around their family and friends kicking it. When there was a threat in the area, whether or not it was defeated or not, no jokes. Straight serious. How can we beat this threat? That was the real Goku. He was goofy, but it was a balance. This shit was not no balance. So it was a very welcome thing to have Ultra Instinct Goku be more serious, But past all that, man, obviously, the design was pretty bland. It's just base Goku with his hair standing halfway up, and it's just like the back of his hair, if I'm not mistaken. He basically looks exactly like base Goku with silver eyes, and it looked like, I don't know what kind of aura it is, but I mean, it's like a whitish bluish aura, maybe white bluish purple, some shit. Y'all seen it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the aura is straight. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the best part of the design, the aura, but everything else is man, they could have did better. They really could have did better. So, and then people be like, well, why do you, come on, man, Ultra Instinct is still cool, nigga. It's still cool, you know what I'm saying? You just tripping. Alright. So tell me why, you know what I'm saying, we in the finale, Vegeta got a new form, which is useless. Goku's in Super Saiyan Blue, and I gotta say the key words. He's supposed to be tired, but he's in Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken stacked on top of it for like the fifth or sixth time. So I'm talking about with Kaioken stacked on top of it. This man been in Super Saiyan Blue like 15 times now. Man, that's another topic, man. My point is, man, Goku in this state that they wrote him in is doing better against a more powered up Jiren than Ultra Instinct did, man. And people be like, well, Jiren didn't power up against Ultra Instinct. That's not fair. The key words. He didn't power up against Ultra Instinct. Why didn't he? Because he didn't feel the need, right? He didn't feel the need. But yeah, man, that's why I don't like Ultra Instinct, man. That's pretty much it. You know, there's really nothing redeemable about it. They gassed it up, and when Goku first achieved it, you know, they made a big deal out of it. Whis was saying that it's really difficult for the Gods of Destruction to get, and you know, it just turned out to be a shit form. It got pretty much thrown away. You know, it's to the point now if Goku goes back into it, and if he masters it, first of all, if he masters it, and they only have, I don't know, man, like, it's less than 10 minutes. I know that. It's gotta be less than 10 minutes, but, you know, the whole thing pretty blah. I just know they near, like, the end, like, they in minutes type shit before the end. So I'm just saying, if he master it in that time, like, if he go into Ultra Instinct and we be like, he master Ultra Instinct, that mean that he mastered it in like 40 minutes, dog. I'm talking about, like, if he had it on his mind to actually attempt it as a trump card before the tournament. He didn't have a battle experience to actually do it, did he? Because what was he doing before the tournament? See what I mean? So he would have had to wait until the tournament to actually put it into fruition. And people be like, he trained with Whis, but he didn't really train with him that long. It wasn't really all that intense. You know what I'm saying? And Whis is more of a, you notice, like, when he trains them, he's more of a, like, he'll dodge you forever type shit and, like, kind of toy with you. But he rarely really goes on the offensive like that, you know? It's something I noticed. He only does what's needed type shit, you feel me? So I'm pretty sure that's not a scene where it's his Whis just fucking firing on Goku like 50 times and shit. Goku can't even move his shit because he get hit so fucking quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's something like that. But I mean, just from like what I remember him training, he was just dodging them and shit. So, and maybe, you know, hitting them really quick, like, you know, off and on. He did put him in a full Nelson or chokehold or some shit and Goku bit him, but I'm getting off topic, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. Like, they foreshadowed it, and it was a letdown. Black Enigma out.